Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy, and I am here to give you your May 2016 general readings. I am using the Gilded Tarot deck, drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, with an additional card as your overall energy and advice for the month. These are general readings, so they may not apply or resonate the same for everyone who watches. In fact, they won't. It's always different for everyone who watches, and for some of you, it won't resonate at all. And in that case, I suggest you check your rising and your moon sign as well. You should every month anyway to get as predictive an idea of the energy for the month as possible. And for those of you for whom none of those signs resonate on my channel, you may want to watch another reader because they may have more predictive energies for you this month that you can relate to. Either way, thank you so much for watching and listening and subscribing to my channel. I see that the community is growing quite quickly day by day. It's like knowing that I have a rather large extended family out there. Thank you so much for your support and your continued feedback and comments, both on my channel and the ones in my email. I do read each and every one of them, so please keep them up. I enjoy it very much, and it's very much appreciated. And a special thank you, as I say every month, for those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings. It is always an honor and always a pleasure to read for you, and I think the blessing is greater for me than it is for you. So thank you so much for that. And for those of you who are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that'll give you a little more detail and information. And you can also email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full time, so I work pretty diligently with getting you your readings as quickly as possible and scheduling those of you who prefer to have the live readings. I do have clients all over the world, and I'm pretty familiar with the different time zones now. So again, if you're interested in that, I would be delighted to work with you. Just send me an email and we'll go from there. So one of my subscribers pointed something out a few weeks ago, that I have a particular routine with putting my videos out, and that routine includes the order of the signs that I put out. And it was suggested that I start to change it up a bit so that the ones that typically fall at the end don't always every month. So thank you so much for that tip. And I will manifest that this month by beginning with the earth signs. So this particular reading is for Taurus. For May 2016, Taurus, May 2016, what does this lovely spring-like month hold for my beautiful bulls, my lovely grounded earth sign, sometimes stubborn bulls? Taurus, May 2016. We begin with the Two of Cups, followed by the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Cups in reverse, followed by the Sun, beautiful Taurus, the Death/Transformation card, followed by the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Wands, followed by the the Eight of Wands, and the card at the bottom of your deck is the Empress as your crowning card and overall energy. My goodness, Taurus, what a beautiful reading. So let's just take a look here while I sip my morning coffee. All right, Taurus, let's begin. Such a beautiful, bright energy I'm getting off of this spread of cards. So, at the beginning of May, perhaps the end of April, I am doing these readings in the last week of April. We have the Two of Cups, followed by the Six of Pentacles. So the Two of Cups, universally referred to as the soulmate card. Cups is governed by the element of water. So Cups is a suit all about our emotions and feelings, love, relationship, how we relate to the people in the world around us. The Two of Cups, again, is universally considered the soulmate card, one of the soulmate cards. There's also the Lovers as well. But for those of you who this energy doesn't apply as a relationship, and again, by relationship, this can mean a variety of different relationships. It can mean love and romance relationships. It can mean close family relationships, best friend relationships, sibling relationships, very close, very connected, even business relationships. The same energy just applies. Its fundamental definition is the beautiful and perfectly fit coming together of two energies, two people, two entities. In a business finance reading, this could represent a very beautiful, bright, positive, beneficial merging of two companies. It's the coming together of two. Although I am getting quite a strong love and romance reading off of this. But I do feel like there's a smaller portion. This is going to be a relationship of a different kind. Again, you can apply with however it resonates for you the strongest, if at all. So it looks like we began May 2016, Taurus, with love. Love coming to you. I feel like for some of you, this is actually I actually feel like for a larger portion of you, this is an already established relationship. It doesn't mean that it's been established for a long time, but it feels like it's a relationship that you've been in for um, enough time for it to be established and significant to you. This represents the perfect coming together of two people, again, two entities, two companies. This can represent a relationship on a lot of different levels, but primarily I'm feeling that for the majority of you, it's love and romance or a closely connected emotional relationship like close family, siblings, best friend. It's the soulmate card, which represents that you fit really well with this other person, that the relationship itself fits like the perfect pair of shoes, the puzzle pieces coming together. And it's not to say that the two people themselves are perfect or that the relationship itself is perfect, because, of course, no such thing exists. But it just represents a fitting together on a variety of levels. We're talking about not just for those of you for whom this is love and romance, we're talking about not just a physical and chemical attraction to each other. We're talking about a meeting of the minds, the hearts, the soul, the spirit, the puzzle pieces fitting together, very comfortable, a really good blending, meshing of two people, and it's just quite lovely. And I think that for a lot of you, Tauruses, this relationship has a very strong healing aspect to it as well, and it's almost a gift of some kind. And again, in terms of being the soulmate card, I feel like for a lot of you, this is a karmic relationship in the positive sense. I kind of believe that all relationships are karmic, that we're meant to learn something from each and every relationship that they're in, whether they last for our lifetimes or just for a short period of time. Sometimes soulmates or these kind of relationships are only meant to occupy certain chapters in our book of life, and others are meant to occupy the entire lifespan of our story. But I feel like, however it plays out for you, I feel like this is just a beautiful coming together. For those of you, I feel like for maybe a handful of you, I'm just kind of getting the message that this is going to be someone that you've been seeing for a little while, and you're actually taking it to the next level. And I don't feel like it's in a moving together or marriage kind of way. You're taking it to a next level in terms of having a conversation about it, and having an official conversation about exclusivity, that you're officially together and a couple and committed to each other. Now, that Two of Cups is accompanied by the Six of Pentacles, a beautiful card of giving and receiving. And I might add, that is also an aspect of the soulmate card of any really strong, perfect, beautiful, connected relationship. It's meant to be symbiotic, a give and take, which is what the Six of Pentacles represents as well. In its primary definition, this is about the getting or receiving of a gift, a symbiotic flow. Pentacles is governed by the element of earth, and Pentacles is a suit all about our earthly, tangible, material environment, or energies that we can actually see and touch and feel, or that have tangible results. A lot of times it points to job, career, money, finances, property, assets. Again, very tangible things. But in terms of love and romance and relationships in general, you can take that energy and apply it just in a way that it's manifested. You can see the results of this. And the Six of Pentacles, again, it's about a giving and receiving. This could represent that in this relationship with this coupling of cards, Taurus, again, I'm getting for the majority of you that it's just a beautiful, bright, symbiotic flow between the two of you. There's an equal giving and taking. I often read the Six of Pentacles as typically one way or the other, getting a gift or receiving a gift, or advice being to be a little more giving, to be a little more philanthropic, if not the actual giving of a financially tangible gift. There is a secondary level to the Six of Pentacles as well, in that it cautions us to uh, pay attention to where we're giving, be focused and intentional on where you're giving so that it remains healthy and that the relationship itself remains symbiotic, a give and take. You can see that the man on the front of this card is he has that sheen to his clothes that implies silk. He looks like he's doing very well for himself. He definitely has enough pentacles to give away. He's weighing some of them out and he's throwing some of them out the window just willy-nilly to these waiting, grasping hands. But again, there's a cautionary piece of advice to this card. He's actually not really paying attention to where he's throwing these pentacles. He's just kind of tossing them out the window. He's not paying attention to whether or not the hands that are wanting to catch them are actually catching them, if they're going somewhere else or to somewhere else, or if they're just falling on the side of the road to be kind of trodden upon. So again, there's a secondary piece of advice to this card within this relationship. Be careful that you're, beg your pardon, that you are intentional and focused about where you're giving your love, your time, your energy, your resources, that it's going where you want it to go, that it's received in the way that you want it to be received, and that you're not doing it and to make sure that that flow is symbiotic. The place that we love and give from is a beautiful place. But as we get older, one of the lessons we learned, particularly in relationships, is to exercise wisdom in how we give of our love and make sure, again, that we're able to drink from the well that we ourselves keep replenishing so that this relationship remains healthy. But in the beginning of May, Taurus, it looks quite beautiful, quite bright. And again, and you know, it's from some of these other cards too, I feel like there's some aspects of this relationship that's healing for you. For a small portion of you, this could represent a relationship that perhaps has been going through some struggles and some challenges. And I'm getting that some of you maybe have gone through therapy, couples counseling, marital counseling, something like that. And you've kind of come to a meeting of the minds and understanding, and the relationship itself is healing somehow. For others of you, this is going to represent a more new relationship energy. But again, it's a relationship that either is established or is becoming established at the end of April, beginning of May 2016. Make sure that the give and take of this relationship remains balanced. Now, right next to that, we have the Five of Cups in reverse, which I like to see for your reverse Taurus, accompanied by the Sun, which feels like it's shining over this entire reading. So the Five of Cups in reverse, in the upright position, this is a card that represents a very intense focusing of your, and I sometimes feel unhealthy, focusing of your mental and emotional energy on something that you've lost, on what's been lost, on what's been taken from you, or what you've lost perhaps as a result of your own decisions. You can see that the man on this, to the exclusion of everything else around you, you can see that the man on this card is sunk down to his knees in the grass, and he's grieving, he's lamenting, he's very sad, he's grieving the loss of something. He's focusing on these three goblets, which are tipped over and spilled out on the grass beside him, which represent, again, something he's lost, something that's been taken from him, something that has changed, something that no longer is. And all of his attention and energy is focused on those three cups. But this isn't the Three of Cups, this is the Five of Cups. Right behind him, there are still these two beautiful golden goblets, still upright, still full, but he can't see them because his back is turned to them. And this is a strong indicator that, in the upright position anyway, while it's good to take that time to grieve and to heal, and there's a time to honor our pain, that too much is unhealthy, and in the process, you're going to miss not only what blessings and opportunities still remain in your life, or part of a relationship that could perhaps be salvaged, but it also indicates that there might be opportunities that come by you that you miss because you're stuck in that grieving period, that grieving process of what no longer is. So you got it in the reverse position, Taurus, which is wonderful. And again, accompanied with the Sun card, I feel like for a large portion of you Tauruses, that this relationship, this beautiful, symbiotic, balanced relationship, has a very strong healing quality to it somehow. Again, for some of you, it's going to be a relationship that in and itself has had difficulties and has come to has gone through a healing process and a balancing process. And this Five of Cups represents perhaps letting go of past issues, having some resolution, some closure on past issues, and being able to let that negative energy go so that you can still retain and build on these two full cups that are right beside you. And paired with that Five of Cups, again, and for some of you, this is going to represent as a relationship that has come into your life and has been or is becoming more established and committed, that has a healing quality. It looks like it represents a balancing and a healing out of negative energies, perhaps some painful experiences you've had in the love and romance sector of your life from the past. And there's something about this relationship that's bringing a healing and a balancing out of that. It's accompanied with the Sun card, which does represent a lightening up, an uplifting, a lifting up, a loosening of weight, kind of a coming out of the darkness into the light sort of feeling, which the Sun represents. The Sun illuminates things. It makes dark things bright. It makes cloudy things clear. It brings light, love, fun, laughter. This does represent fun. There's a very light, an uplifting feeling about it. For those of you who perhaps, again, have had a very difficult and challenging path in the love and romance sector of your life, or in other relationships in your life. Again, for those of you for whom this represents a relationship that has gone through some struggles and challenge. It looks like there's an evening out of that and a releasing of negative energy, which brings this light, lovely energy in. It's just very bright, very illuminating, and again, a very strong healing quality to it. Now, right next to that, we're kind of around the middle of the month now, beginning of the third week. We have the Death slash Transformation cards. Major Arcana card, along with that Sun. It's just quite beautiful. Again, I'm just getting this feeling that this relationship is, it's healing, it's transformative. It represents the reversal of, not the reversal of negative issues in the past. We can't time travel and change things, but just a balancing out of being able to let go and release negative energies in the past around relationships, relationship history, or even perhaps this relationship itself. And very transformative for you, which is what the Death card represents. It represents transformation. In fact, I wish they'd rename it because some people get freaked out by the word death. This talks about the death of something, the complete and total laying to rest of an issue, a set of ideals, a belief system, grief, loss. Again, and it's sitting in the spread. It's actually right next to this Five of Cups in reverse. You have the Two of Cups, and then the Five of Cups in reverse, and then the Death Transformation card right next to that. It's like a complete and total letting go of the past, letting go of negative energy, tying that balloon string to it, and waving goodbye to it, and finally just it's done. It's buried. It's uh, it's over. And I feel like, again, I feel like for more than half of you, this is representing the letting go of negative and challenging, painful energies from relationship history in the past. For some of you, this is going to be a specific relationship that has gone through a healing period. Again, love and romance, close connected emotional business relationship, family, best friends, however it plays out for you. There's a releasing of that, a total cutting of those ties, and it's completely transformative, and you begin anew. Again, there's a very light, refreshing, new feeling to this, whether it's a fairly new relationship or just a relationship long established that's just undergoing a complete and total transformation. It's quite beautiful. Um, new ideas, new mindset, new perspective shifting for you. That transformation. Death card is accompanied by the Knight of Swords. Swords is a suit governed by the element of air. So Swords is a suit all about our words and ideas, how we look at things, our mindset and perspective, our belief systems. And Knights are the bringers of the tarot deck, and they are associated with a fair amount of speed. So this could represent an actual individual, aside from yourself, Taurus, this could represent the other person in the relationship, and they could be an air sign, which would be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or someone who strongly manifests the character traits of the Knight of Swords. This would be somebody who is the impetus or the other person you're involved with for bringing in this significant change and transformation in your relationship, or that it just represents the person that you're in the relationship with, and the relationship itself, has represented a finally being able to release negative energies, negative experiences from the past. And I feel quite strongly a negative belief system, a way of looking at either love and romance or your place in this relationship if it's a different type of relationship. For others of you, this can represent that this transformation is occurring, and this Knight of Swords is energy from you that you're manifesting. It's just you're undergoing a complete and total new way of looking at this area of your life, I believe, in what you have believed about relationships, how you fit in relationships, how you see yourself in relationships, and how you give and take in relationships. Either way you look at it, it is completely transforming. Is that even a word? It's completely transformative, and again, so healing. I'm just getting, it's kind of like you've been carrying a bag of stuff around, and there's something about this relationship, again, whether it's a relationship that has gone through a complete and total transformative healing process, or a more new relationship that represents a healing force and has brought a total transformation to you, and a completely new way of looking at the relationship sector of your life and your place in it. So at or towards the end of May 2016, Taurus, we have new beginnings, new movement, lots of communication. We have the Ace of Wands, wands being governed by, I keep adding extra syllables to my words today, forgive me. New beginnings, wands representing being governed by the element of fire. I think it's just the energy of this reading. I keep wanting to stumble over my words. Wands being governed by the element of fire and air, so very dynamic combination. And the suit of wands is a dynamic suit. It's all about action, change, movement, power, forward momentum. Aces representing beginnings, the potential and promise, an initial gift that has the potential and promise to be built on for quite some time. Aces representing the ones. They are the seeds, and seeds still need to be planted, nurtured, so that they can grow to the complete and beautiful manifestation of what they're meant to be. So we're at the end of May 2016, new beginnings. Again, I feel like it's just directly related to this relationship, that the relationship almost kind of kickstarts this transformation process for you, this whole new mindset, letting go. I think for some of you, it's belief systems and what you believe about relationships, how you are in this relationship, or just relationships in general, whether that's love and romance or your family relationships as well. So it looks like there's going to be new beginnings, and these are very, there's just an air of enthusiasm, passion, creativity, intuition about this. This is about moving forward. For some of you, again, this is going to be a relationship where you've been with someone for a time, but it's moving into the next level. And when I say that, that can mean different things for different people. That can mean having the talk about, being exclusive with each other, all the way to moving in together, proposing, meeting the family, that sort of thing. You guys are moving together forward in new beginnings in a very intentional and focused way, however that resonates for you. It's beautiful. There's just it feels very active and enthusiastic. A lot of heat, a lot of passion in here, and it just makes you feel very, very good, very energetic. The whole thing is just like beautiful, bright energy. and lots of communication about this and lots of talk about this new beginning. And it feels like it's a together sort of thing, like you and this other person, regardless of the nature of the relationship, you and this other person are moving forward on something specifically, a new beginning, and it's very exciting. You're both very excited about it, and there's a lot of communication about this. We have the Ace of Wands is paired with the Eight of Wands, which is the communication card. Swift, powerful, profound successful communication. I feel like there's a lot of it just going back and forth, a lot of enthusiasm already in motion. This new beginning is already in motion. It's just a lot of communication about what direction you're going in and I just got home, new home. Perhaps some of you are moving in together or purchasing your first home together. However it plays out, there's a complete ending of one section and a complete beginning of another section, and it's just like it. I just kind of get this feeling that it's like drawing the curtains in the morning, and all of a sudden the room is completely flooded with light. That's exactly what it feels like. And at the end of May 2016, it's almost like you're on fire, Taurus. It's just very exciting moving forward into these new beginnings. And the time is absolutely right for this because your crowning card, the card that represents the overall general energy and advice from the bottom of the deck, we have the beautiful major arcana card of the Empress. That makes, let's see, 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards, and they are very significant. You have the Empress, the Sun, the Death card. You also have the Two of Cups in there, new beginnings. Absolutely beautiful. The Empress is a card, and the energy of this Empress is a card all about fertility, about the ground being ripe. Now is the time to plant these seeds. Whatever new beginning it is that you're moving forward on, Taurus. And again, I feel like for most of you, it's you and this other person. There's a connective energy moving forward on this new path. I'm getting we, us, a couple, you and I. And the time is right. The Empress is here to bring the very strong message, Major Arcana, Fingers of the Divine. The very strong message that time is perfect for this. For those of you for whom this isn't specifically love and romance, or even those that are, if you're moving ahead, you're forging onto a new path, you're making decisions about something, a direction you're moving in, do it. Now's the time. It looks very good. It's time to plant those seeds. For those of you who are thinking of beginning a new job, starting a new entrepreneurial project, anything new, the Empress says now is the time to plant the seeds and begin to nurture and water it and feed it, however that resonates for you, because that's the energies of the Empress. This is about rebirth. For some of you, this is going to represent pregnancy because this is a card that represents pregnancy as well, or fertility. Some of you may be finding yourselves pregnant this month, which is another way this reading could play out with all this energy and new beginnings. If not, there's a high potential for that. So if it's not something you're planning on yet, well, you know what to do. So again, rebirth, and it's a beautiful card because you have this death transformation card, which represents the ending of something, the complete ending of something, so that something else can be reborn. And the Empress says now is the time for this rebirthing process. New energies, plant the seeds now. It's a beautiful, beautiful time, and actually it's quite nice because I'm in Northern California, so we're in spring now, and everything is new and fresh, and kind of going through a rebirthing process as well in the surroundings. So again, you have that Sun card. It's just it's beautiful. This is a card about nurturing and feeding things as well. The Empress is all about that. She loves to plant the seeds in the ground and watch them grow, to take care of the babies and watch them grow into children, to put the yeast, children, watch them grow into adults, to put the yeast in the bread and watch it proof and rise. And she's all about things growing, life, fertility, kind of the ultimate Earth Mother of the tarot deck. But in kind of an elevated way. She's also very spiritual, very intuitive as well, very loving, very nurturing. It's all about growth, rebirth, pregnancy, fertility this month. A perfect, perfect month for new beginnings, Taurus. So if you're ready to start, now is the time. So Taurus, what a wonderful reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's resonated for you, brought you some insight and clarity, or at least a smile to your face because it's brought one to mine. So thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks for the May 2016 mid-month readings. And again, for those of you who are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage or email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire@gmail.com, and I would be delighted to work with you. So until I see you again in a couple of weeks, Taurus, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy, happy life. Thanks for watching. Bye.